Naaya is your average high schooler except for the fact that he is overly honest and straightforward. He confessed his feelings to a girl named Saki who was her childhood friend, and they both started going out recently. After the class, Saki tells Naaya that she is going to her club. Naaya tells her that he will be waiting for her. Saki doesn't want him to wait for so long and tells him to go home. She jokingly tells him to not cheat on her on his way to him. Naaya takes it seriously and awkwardly hugs her in front of everyone to confess his true feelings to Saki. Saki is annoyed at first but ultimately accepts his blunt but honest feelings. Later, Naaya goes to the school's rooftop and he is visited by a girl named Nagisa. Out of nowhere, Nagisa tells Naaya that she has feelings for him. When she asks Naaya about how she looks, Naaya honestly says that she is cute as hell. Nagisa reveals that she had been jogging and doing yoga for 4 hours a day along with 8 hours of cooking practice each day as she wanted to be at the best of her condition before she confessed to Naaya. He then eats the food made by her and finds it incredibly delicious. However, Naaya rejects her as he already has a girlfriend. Hearing this, Nagisa feels low but says that she will never give up just because she got turned down once and will confess to him again. As he was going away, Naaya stops her and says that he wants her in his life too. Moved by her honest gesture, Naaya proudly says that he would be really happy with him and tells her to go to Saki with him so they both can ask her if she can be Naaya's second girlfriend. Nagisa agrees and both of them go to meet Saki. When Saki sees her, she is mesmerized by what she said and wants to get along with her. They go to karaoke and play some sports. However, Nagisa sucks at both activities. Saki then eats the food made by Nagisa and says that she wants to go out with her and marry her. Naaya tells her that he understands her feelings and asks her if Nagisa can be his second girlfriend as he has no other way that all of them can stay together. After hearing about the whole story and Naaya's annoying honesty, Saki loses her temper hearing this and punches Naaya. Naaya feels bad about doing this but doesn't want to lose any of them. Nagisa tells them to avoid violence. Saki asks Nagisa if she is okay with Naaya cheating on her. Nagisa tells her that it is better for her to be his second girlfriend than to not be with her at all. Saki continues to oppose this idea but ultimately agrees to their demands when they continue to force him. After Saki agrees with this idea, Naaya suggests the two of them stay at his house from now on as he leaves alone. When they reach Naaya's house, Nagisa starts to prepare some delicious dinner, and Naaya does the basic household chores. After they are done eating, Saki goes to the bathroom and Nagisa arrives soon after, asking if the both of them can bathe together. Saki feels awkward and agrees. She secretly examines her whole body and internally compliments her beautiful features like her long eyelashes, smooth and spotless skin, and big chest. Nagisa then tells Saki to not worry about her and sleep with Naaya as she doesn't want to get in their way. Saki awkwardly explains that she hasn't done any kind of lewd stuff with Naaya. Hearing this, Nagisa apologizes for assuming this and gets somewhat happy. She then tells Saki that the three of them can work together on the adult stuff. Saki gets angry hearing this and asks Naaya about how far he intends to take the sexy stuff with Nagisa. Naaya honestly says that he wants to do it with Nagisa, but then rephrases himself and says that the three of them will do it together. Saki calls Naaya a pervert even though she admits that Nagisa is a cute girl with a nice body, and even she gets weird feelings for her. Naaya then tells her that the three of them have to build the foundation of their relationship first and proposes that they won't do any kind of that stuff for some time. Saki asks him if he won't even do it with her and gets disappointed when Naaya says that he doesn't want to be unfair towards Nagisa if he only does it with her. Saki later talks with Nagisa alone and asks her if she is okay with what that pervert Naaya said. Surprisingly, Nagisa has no problem with a threesome if it's what Naaya wants, which makes Saki think that Nagisa is horny as hell. She gets an internal crisis thinking that Nagisa will end up seducing Naaya. The two later go to Naaya and find out that he arranged 3 futons right next to each other thinking that they will get closer if they talked in bed. Saki then plans to stay up all night as she thinks that Nagisa will end up doing something naughty with him. She secretly hears them talking and misinterprets their words into thinking that they are doing the frisky stuff. She has enough of it and lifts their blanket only to find out that they are just holding hands with each other. Embarrassed at herself, she gets in Naaya's futon. Naaya thinks that she must have been feeling lonely, so the three of them sleep together. In the morning, Nagisa wakes up a bit early so she can make breakfast for the three of them. While making the breakfast, Nagisa thinks that such a relationship will not work out for long, so she wants to work hard and get closer to Naaya in the short time she has. She decides to spy on Saki's phone but finds nothing except her searches for all the lovey-dovey stuff. Suddenly, Nayu wakes up and asks what she is doing. Nagisa gets confused about what to say but ultimately tells him the truth. Saki then wakes up as well and sees her phone in Nagisa's hand. To defend her, Naoya puts everything on himself and says that he went through her phone as he wanted to learn more about her. Knowing about what she has searched for, Saki gets a panic attack and punches Naoya. She then goes back to sleep as she doesn't want to think about what just happened. Later, when everyone is eating breakfast, Naoya and Saki learn that Nagisa studies in their class, but she hasn't come to school for a while as she was improving herself to confess to Naoya. Naoya thinks that all of this is his fault and helps her with her studies as she is way behind everyone. They decide to do maths first and Naoya and Saki solve their problems with ease. However, Nagisa fails to do so even though Naoya thoroughly explains it to her. She then goes to the bathroom for half an hour to secretly learn about the topic she was studying. Naoya and Saki think that she must be ill, but Nagisa manages to make them go away by saying that she is just backed up. She then goes outside and proudly solves the question only to find out that the question was wrong yet again. She gets up again and takes a 3-hour bathroom break this time. Afterward, as they are about to leave the school, Saki tells everyone that they can't disclose their relationship with Nagisa in the school. Naoya doesn't agree with it, but Saki wants to keep it a secret. In the class, everyone is looking at Nagisa as is their first time seeing her. Naoya goes to her and pretends to have an introductory conversation with her. However, he is overwhelmed by emotions when he sees her cute face and is about to reveal the secret until Saki punches him and stops him. Naoya continues to try again and again, but Saki keeps on slapping him and takes him to the roof. Saki tells Naoya that he can't reveal the secret as it will make everyone think that he doesn't care about her. Soon, Nagisa arrives on the roof and hands them the lunch she has prepared for them. She is about to take her lunch away so she can eat it alone in the restroom. Naoya and Saki suddenly start crying because of her beautiful gesture and plan to hang out in secret at school. The three go to the highest place in school so they can eat each lunch together in peace. Someone from the school notices their position, so they run off to an old restroom at the school on Nagisa's recommendation. Saki refuses to eat in such a stinky restroom, so Nagisa takes everyone to a clean restroom next time, but Saki refuses to eat her lunch in the restroom. Naoya then suggests that they should go to the gym storage room. They go through the window and adjust the furniture there so even if someone comes inside the storage room, they wouldn't be able to detect them. After they have eaten the lunch, Saki mentions that Nagisa must like Naoya a lot as she works so hard for him. She suddenly has a realization that she has never done anything for Naoya and just sits idle all day. The next day, Saki asks Naoya if he wants her to do anything, but Naoya does a counter question and says if she wants a cake. Saki forgets her commitment and eats the cake happily. She later goes to a shop to buy some ingredients for a dish, but ends up losing track and buying gummies instead. She then decides to make a curry from potatoes and carrots. She ends up burning the curry too and feels really bad about it. At night, Saki thinks that she is out of options and goes to Naoya's room in her undergarments so she can get frisky with Naoya. She puts his hand on her chest, but Naoya refuses to do anything as it would be unfair to Nagisa. Saki thinks that he prefers Nagisa's bigger chest and goes back to her home, which is right next to Saki's home. Naoya stays up the whole night to write hundreds of love letters for Saki and even uses 100,000 yen on her favorite gacha game, but Saki still refuses to talk with him. This continues for 3 more days with Naoya doing everything he can to get Saki back, but she still refuses to do so. Nagisa notices the efforts Naoya is making and decides to do something herself. She calls for Saki and puts Naoya's hand on her chest in front of her, which causes Saki to jump to their balcony. When she finally comes back, Naoya asks Saki about her reason for leaving the house. Saki thinks that Nagisa is better than her as she can't do anything for him, unlike Nagisa. She is about to run off again, but Naoya stops her and says that he just wants to be her. Saki gets angry at him and hits him with a punch. Naoya then tells her that she doesn't have to do anything as he is the one that started this relationship and he is responsible for everything. However, Saki wants to make him happy too, so Naoya tells her to smile more often for him. Later at night, Naoya goes to sleep while Saki and Nagisa eat dinner together. Saki wants to become better friends with Nagisa, so she invites her to play games with her. Like most other activities, Nagisa sucks at gaming too, but Saki has no problem and still has a lot of fun with her. Playing games with her, Saki realizes that her rival isn't perfect after all and is clumsy like her. Naoya arrives soon after as well, and Saki shows both of them the picture of a YouTuber named Milika who uses provocative pictures to get views. Naoya looks at the picture and realizes that the girl studies in their school as well. Later in school, the group goes to the gym storage room to eat lunch again, but Saki forgets to lock the window. Milika climbs the window and gets surprised seeing the 3 of them there. She thinks that they must be doing something nasty. Being the honest person he is, Naaya tells her that they might be together but they won't do any of the sexy stuff. Milika then puts the pieces together and realizes that the three of them are in a relationship. Scared of getting their secret revealed, Naaya gives his life savings to her so she will keep her mouth shut. The group still hasn't realized that she is the Meduber that they saw earlier as she wears a mask in her videos. Milika rejects the money and says that she makes more than this in a month. Naaya thinks that she is a prostitute and tells her to be careful as someone might secretly record her. Nagisa then says that she is the Meduber that they saw last night as she has the same eyes and chest as her. Moreover, the uniform in the background confirms their suspicion. Saki lets this get on her head and says that they have the upper hand now. Hearing this, Milika is on the verge of crying, so Saki tells her that they are even now. Milika then proudly says that she will be Naaya's third girlfriend, which shocks everyone. Naaya thinks that she is cute and all but rejects her directly as he already has two girlfriends. Milika tries her best to persuade him, including some vulgar methods, but Naaya still rejects her and tells her that if she just wants a boyfriend, she can get one in no time. Milika then learns that the three of them live together and says that she will be living with them too from now on. She offers to pay for all of the expenses including rent, food, and electricity, but Naaya tells her that it is improper for them to stay under one roof if they are not in a relationship. Hearing this, Milika runs away crying but says that she won't give up. The next day at school, the three arrive home only to see that Milika has set up a tent in their yard. That night, it is really cold and Milika is shivering from the cold. She looks at a centipede and comes out of the tent scared. Naaya tells her to just go home already, but Milika refuses to give up and orders a bunch of things that will help her stay in the tent comfortably. She then records a video from Medub in her t-shirt and exercises. The others wonder why she is in a t-shirt, so Milika tells her that she gets her views through her cleavage and big chest. She then does a bunch of exercises the whole night so she can stay warm and records them for Medub as well. The next day, all the stuff that Milika ordered has arrived. Naaya mentions that she smells bad, so Milika takes a makeshift shower, removes her clothes, and cleans herself in front of them. At night, Saki and Nagisa plan to seduce Naaya so he won't be attracted to Milika. When Naaya is taking a shower, Nagisa and Saki arrive in their swimsuits and try to seduce Naaya. Respecting their wishes, Naaya stares at them from top to bottom, which makes them blush. The next morning, the three see Milika making food for herself. When Naaya tells her to go home, but Milika won't be satisfied and she makes Naaya fall for him. Naaya tells her that he can't return her feelings and wants her to remove her tent. Milika threatens to throw hot coals on him if he touches her tent. Nagisa and Saki think that Milika is dangerous and want to make her leave slowly. When Naaya sees Milika going for a toilet break, he calls to get her stuff picked up. Saki takes the phone from her as he is rushing a lot. Naaya warns them that if Milika stays for too long, he might end up falling for her too, but since he doesn't want to do that, he wants her to leave as soon as possible. Nagisa and Saki tell him that they trust him, but Naaya can't confirm that he won't fall for her. Naaya tells them that he already fell for Nagisa while being with Saki, and there is no telling if he won't do the same even though he doesn't want to. Hearing this, Saki gives him the phone back so he can get her stuff picked up. Naaya then goes to stop Milika, but she realizes that something is weird and gets past Naaya only to see her stuff in a pickup. Naaya holds her back and is refusing to let go of her. Milika then loudly yells that she is getting harassed by Naaya, but Naaya doesn't care about it and keeps on holding her. Naaya offers to pay for all of her stuff. Milika tells him that it cost 1,000,000 yen even though it cost only 200,000. Even though the amount is too much, Naaya agrees with her demand and promises to return the amount. Her stuff gets taken away and Nagisa and Saki decide to work too so they can pay back Milika. However, Miliki refuses all of this and grabs onto Naaya, saying that she won't leave his home ever. Her dad arrives soon after and finds out that she is making vulgar videos on Medub when Naaya accidentally reveals it. The dad takes her phone and is about to delete her channel as the whole world is seeing her chest, but Naaya stops him and says that Milika works with dedication and commitment. For Naaya, it isn't about just revealing breasts, as he thinks that her creativity and editing is the main thing. Seeing all of this, Milika truly falls for Naaya but decides to go away with her dad for now. However, she warns her dad and says that she will disown him if he deletes her channel. Nagisa and Saki think that they need to do something, as if Milika properly confesses to Naaya, he might end up making her his third girlfriend. Afterward, Saki goes back to her house to pick up some clothes. She gets angry at her mother when she asks Saki if she did frisky stuff with Naaya. She then gets a panic attack thinking that Naaya is too rational as he won't do frisky stuff with her alone. She decides to seduce Naaya by wearing a bunny outfit. She gets on top of him, but her dress starts to drop, so Naoya puts his hands on her chest so the dress won't stop. Saki punches him for being too horny but feels happy internally. The next day, Saki is extra cheerful than her usual self, which is specifically noticed by Nagisa. She then discovers Saki's bunny outfit in the laundry and confronts Naoya about it. After realizing that he likes cosplays, she dresses in a maid outfit and acts like Naoya is her master. After the compliments she receives from Naoya, she acts the same as Saki did earlier. The next day at school, Naoya takes Milika to the roof after she causes a ruckus outside his class. Naoya tells her to stop falling for him, but Miliki is instead turned on by his honest comments about her and leaves out of shame. The next day in school, Milika visits Naoya in his class, which makes the students question their relationship. Milika hugs Naoya's arm and says that she is in a serious relationship with her. Saki gets angry seeing this and gets aggressive toward Milika. Thinking that Saki must have been feeling lonely worrying about him 3 times, Naoya hugs her and decides to embrace her through the next class. After the class is over, Milika arrives yet again, so Saki takes Naoya to the changing room as they have the PE class next while Milika chases after them. However, Milika is forced to go away when Nagisa threatens to leak her secret with an unknown number. Feeling wrong about only embracing Saki, Naoya hugs Nagisa and tells Saki to watch it. Saki seems to like seeing them hugging and gets angry at herself, thinking that she might have a twisted kink. She soon has enough of it and makes the 2 of them stop. The next day at home, Naoya tells Saki and Nagisa that Milika might have feelings for him. Saki takes Nagisa away for a bit and says that if Naoya finds out about Milika's feelings, it will increase the chance of him 3-timing. She then makes up a story and tells Naoya that Milika is just in her heat days and just wants a boy to get frisky with, as she is unable to control her lust. Naoya ends up believing all of it and asks if it happens to them both. Saki says that the intensity depends on the chest size, so Naoya tries to comfort Nagisa by saying that they will go through it together. Although she is ashamed, Nagisa is forced to act accordingly to stay with the plan. The next day, Milika comes to Naoya's class again and Naoya apologizes to her as he thought that she had a crush on him. Milika starts blushing and takes Naoya to the roof while Saki and Nagisa also follow them. On the rooftop, she learns about the lies that Saki has fed in Naoya's mind and tries to tell him the truth that she likes him but fails to do so. She also denies all the allegations put on her, but Saki tells Naoya that a girl on heat would never admit that she is on heat. Out of curiosity, Milika asks Naoya what he would do if she confesses to him. Naoya tells her that he would reject her and make her give up. Milika then makes the 3 of them go downstairs and tells herself that she would never give up and keep on trying again and again. Later, she comes to Naoya's class again and confesses to him in front of everyone. She then takes him to the gym storage room and Saki and Nagisa follow them yet again. Milika tells him about the reasons why she likes her and admits that he is in her mind the whole day. Since Naoya is refusing to accept her feelings, she kisses him out of nowhere, thinking that this will make Naoya think about her all the time, as it is the first time both of them have kissed anybody. Saki's friend Sheena eavesdrops on the conversation and suspects that Naoya might be 2-timing. Afterward, Saki and Nagisa are grief-stricken as Milika stole Naoya's first kiss. He offers to kiss the both of them, but they don't want it out of pity. Saki suddenly gets up and says that the kiss without the right mood is worthless, as Naoya didn't enjoy the kiss. Saki then says that she will make their kiss memorable so Naoya will enjoy it. Blaming himself for the kiss with Milika, Naoya wants to mend his relationship with them again and says that they should go on a date. Saki suggests that they should go to a hot spring. The next day, the 3 of them go shopping to get stuff for their trip to the hot springs. Saki and Nagisa end up buying mouth-freshening gummies as they both want to kiss Naoya during their trip. Nagisa then offers to help Saki kiss Naoya first, as she was his girlfriend earlier and has known him since he was a child. After they get a break from school, the group goes to Hakone for their trip. Naoya holds both of their hands in public, which makes them noticeable in people's eyes. Saki and Nagisa are ashamed, but Naoya refuses to let go as he wants to act freely. Since they traveled to a different city, Naoya thinks that it wouldn't matter even if people realize that he is 2-timing, since no one knows them around there. The 3 then go to the inn that they have booked and find Shino and Milika there as well. Shino asks Saki if she is getting 2-timed by Naoya, as they don't want to reveal their relationship. Nagisa steps up and tells Shino that she is here with Milika and just came across the 2 accidentally. Milika refuses to act accordingly at first, but ends up doing it when Nagisa threatens to reveal her secret. Later, Naoya decides to visit Nagisa's room so he can take her to his room. Nagisa refuses, saying that she is naked plus she has reasons of her own. She pushes Naoya away and goes back to her room. Milika, who is also there, pulls Naoya into the bath as it's just the 2 of them there now. She then tells Naya that she will seduce the hell out of her. Milika is surprised to hear that her kiss did nothing to Naya but surprise him. Naya refuses to stay with her and is about to leave until Milika begs for him to stay for just a little while so they can know each other a bit better. Naya agrees to stay for 5 minutes and they talk about their likes and dislikes. Just when the 5-minute timer is over, Milika's towel accidentally drops, which makes Naya run from there immediately. He accidentally ends up in the bath of Shino's room and sees her almost naked. Shino adjusts her towel and asks him if he is two-timing, which means that he is dating 2 girls at the same time. Shino cares for her friend and thinks that Saki is too stupid and must have agreed to be two-timed if someone begged her. Naya decides not to answer her questions and tries to leave, but Shino grabs him by his belt. Her towel starts to fall as well, but she doesn't care about it. Soon after, both of them fall on the floor and Shino ends up on Naya's crotch naked with his pants down. Nagisa takes her pictures and indirectly threatens her to stop thinking that Naya is two-timing. After this, Shino runs away out of embarrassment. The two of them tell Nagisa afterward that she needs to stay with them. Saki thinks that she must be distancing herself because of the promise she made to her. However, Nagisa thinks that she is doing this for herself because if she decides to compete too much, Saki will get tired of getting two-timed and she won't get to stay with Naya anymore. Hearing this, Naya ditches his pants and puts his hands on Nagisa's shoulder, saying that her way of thinking is not right. Suddenly 2 girls arrive at their position and think that the 3 of them are doing frisky stuff, so Saki throws Naya out of the bath area along with his pants. Saki and Nagisa get into a bath together. Nagisa says that she had a hard time getting good at anything. She has tried instruments, sports, and a lot of other things as well throughout her life, but ended up being bad at them still. While going to attempt the summer exams of the high school, Nagisa sees Naya confessing to Saki, but she rejects him and gives him a few punches for making her forget the things she studied by taking her mind elsewhere. Nagisa learns from a nearby girl that Naya has been confessing to Saki every month since they were in high school. Realizing his honesty and commitment, Nagisa starts to feel something for Naya. When the results of the exam come, Nagisa sees that she has passed the exam. Her eyes then divert to Naya, who hugs Saki as they pass the exams as well. It was at that moment that Nagisa realized that she loved him. After that point, she started getting into shape and learning how to cook. In the present, Naya overhears this whole conversation and goes to Nagisa, but she runs away when she realizes that Naya heard everything she said to Saki. Seeing Saki and Naya running after Nagisa, Milika and Shina join the race as well and run after her too. While running, Naya continues to express his love for her and says that both of his girlfriends are the number one for him. However, Nagisa thinks that this relationship will end up falling apart and runs even after. Naya continues to chase after her while the others have stopped the chase. Eventually, he catches up to Nagisa and grabs her hand when she tries to run away again. Nagisa thinks that she won't get to stay with him if Saki thinks that she is trying to be the number one for her. However, Naya gives her the confidence by saying that he will keep his promise of giving both of them all of his love and she can act just how she wants without worrying about anything. Naya then hugs her and says that even if Saki doesn't like it, both of them will beg her again in order to convince her and make efforts to determine what she does or doesn't like. Soon after, the other girls arrive in a cab as well. Shino then starts to question their relationship again, but this time Nagisa doesn't hide anything and kisses Naya. She proudly says that she is Naya's girlfriend too. Saki asks Nagisa if she is fighting her for Naya and tells her to give her best when Nagisa says yes. The 3 of them then hold each other's hands and run away, leaving Milika and Shino behind. The next day, Shino invites the 3 of them to her place and properly inquires about their relationship. She wonders why Saki is allowing his boyfriend to be with Nagisa, and gets disappointed when Saki says that it is because of her food. Naya then reveals that he has messaged Saki's mother to tell her that he is dating another girl along with Saki. However, Saki takes the phone from her and deletes the message. The scene then shifts to Naya, who is eating lunch with Nagisa and Saki. Milika arrives soon there as well and hugs her arm. The others don't want to be left behind, so they gut Naya as well. Shino arrives soon after and gets surprised, thinking that Naya might be 3-timing. Naya corrects her and says that he is just 2-timing. Shino replies that even 2-timing is wrong on so many levels. That's all for today. How do you think the story of Girlfriend proceeds from this point? Let us know in the comments down below. Do leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content.